Time now is 6:44 in your Capital Watch. A ceasefire between the United States and Iran, it's underway, but some Gulf nations report that missile and drone attacks are continuing, and shipping lanes through the Strait of Hormuz, they're still in question. So let's go live to Scripps News Group Washington correspondent Stephanie Liebergen. And Stephanie, what is Iran saying about the ceasefire, and are there any developments on the Strait of Hormuz?
Hey, Tony, good morning. Well, I want to start with one big thing on the ceasefire, and that is the U.S. has continued to pause any offensive attacks since Tuesday night. And it appears in the last 24 hours or so, there haven't been any major attacks from Iran. One piece of good news, and I think that's really what's holding this ceasefire together. But as we heard from the president in a Truth Social post overnight, there are still some disagreements that are major issues that need to be worked out. So let's look at what the president said, where he said the U.S. military assets in the region aren't going anywhere. He said ships, aircraft, military, ammunition, weaponry, all staying, will remain in place in and around Iran until such time as the real agreement reached is fully complied with. He goes on to say that if the U.S. were to resume attacks, they'd be bigger, better, and stronger than anything seen before. But he stresses no nuclear weapons and that the Strait of Hormuz needs to be open and safe. That's a key element of the ceasefire that for the United States that has not come to fruition just yet. Israel has continued its attacks against Hezbollah in Lebanon. Israel and the White House say that wasn't part of the ceasefire deal. But because of those attacks in Lebanon, Iran says the ceasefire deal isn't being held up, and so in response, they are keeping the Strait of Hormuz largely closed. Yesterday, we didn't really see any increase in ship or container traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. It was just a handful of ships that got through. It's about the same as it has been in previous days. So without the Strait of Hormuz really reopening and getting to a more robust, dozens of ships normally go through on a regular basis. That's what the U.S. is looking for, to really have the ceasefire going in the right direction. But we are still on track for peace talks this weekend, Tony, with Vice President J.D. Vance leading the U.S. delegation. So it might end up being that the start of these peace talks is actually just getting all of the key countries on the same page about what exactly is in the ceasefire deal, establishing that first, and then hopefully moving on to talks about a longer-term peace arrangement. But a lot of key pieces of this ceasefire still not quite being held up yet, and some critical disagreements between the countries involved.
We always appreciate your insight. That was Stephanie Liebergen live in D.C. Bringing it back here to